What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to look at the best trade back scenarios for the Lions. The Lions were in this position 2 years ago when they were picking number 3. We ended up staying and taking Jeff Okudah because we couldn't find anybody to trade back with us. It could be the same case this year, but this year it looks like there's some really desperate teams that need a quarterback, and they might be looking at Willis at that number 2 spot, or it could be a thing of I just, I don't know who's going to take who, so I want to let me just get all the way to 2, get our guy Willis, and be done with it. So I'm going to show you 4 trades that I really like, that are realistic, that could happen for the Lions, because this draft is so deep and there's not that top tier 1, 2, or 3 players that we absolutely need or could fill a hole. We've got holes all over the place. We would just absolutely love to grab 2 or 3 extra picks for Brad Holmes to do something with. It could absolutely work. So let's take a look at kind of what we're looking at here. So if you look at it, we really have a couple options. Number 1 is Houston. Houston is just one spot behind us, but they need a quarterback. So they could, instead of risking someone coming up and taking Detroit's spot, Houston could swap places with us. So we're not going to get as big of a haul, but you get an extra pick or 2 maybe, and we only move back 1 spot. So we know we're going to get somebody. We can now if you do take Hamilton, Kyle Hamilton, the safety, you take him and you add some extra picks, I think we all feel a little bit better about that. So that's number 1. Houston's the easiest, and the one that I would just it makes sense for both teams. They want to just be safe, make sure if they really love Willis, they can get him. The next one is the Jets. So the Jets have pick 4 and they have pick 10. Yes, 4 and 10. So we would love this one as well. But the Jets don't need a quarterback. They need an offensive tackle. And the offensive tackles, there should be a couple that are still around. So I don't think they do that, but we could get one of their top picks, either 4 or 10, and some other, maybe a couple second rounders if we move back into the 4 range. So that's really what I'm hoping to see, but I just don't know if if that one is going to work at all either. The next one is the Giants. So the Giants are in the same position where they've got pick 5 and 7. So we would love to take their 2 picks and have us. They can move up to 2, and we are staying down. Either we take 5 and 7. There you can get Kyle Hamilton again. You can get a corner. I mean, you can do anything you want right there, because that's kind of the big thing I've noticed is in this draft, you've got the 2 DNs, Kyle Hamilton, and then after that, it's corners, it's tackle, it's stuff that we just don't need. And I mean, we're in a place where we can take best available, but at that point, I would like best available on the defensive side of the ball. So if Hutchinson goes number 1, I don't think we're sold on Thibodeau, his work ethic, some of the red flags. Hamilton, maybe it's too high. So we definitely want to trade back. So let's take a look at one more trade back scenario that I really, really like. It would be the let's find it here. Sorry. Let's find it. Okay. Yeah. So from Pride of Detroit, there it is, the Atlanta Falcons. So they are most likely to look at the number 2 pick because obviously Matt Ryan's not there. But the only problem is they don't have much draft capital. So it could be a hard thing for us to accept if we're not going to get some immediate return. We don't want 2023 picks. We already have a first round pick in 2023. I don't think we want to mess around with too much future. We need to start now. And we've already kind of pushed things off and made the Matthew Stafford deal, and the first round picks now finally kick in. We want to make that happen now. And the other one is the Carolina Panthers. So Carolina Panthers, they also are desperate for a quarterback. They've made that known that they are desperate for a quarterback. They're at 6, so we could go back to 6. Problem again, they don't have very many draft picks. Their next pick after their 6th pick is at pick 137. So that's just not enough for us, and we're not going to do that. So they would have to include some future picks, which I just said I don't like that, but they could do some players. So if there's some players that we identify, now all of a sudden you leave the draft with a couple more picks, couple actual players, and then you still pick at number 6. So I don't mind taking a player or 2. I really don't, because I think, again, Brad Holmes is going to take a player that's cheap and has a high ceiling, and you get a couple more draft picks. Maybe those draft picks even go into 2023. I'd be okay with that because we did pick up a couple of players. So to recap, it is both the New York teams, the Houston Texans, both the New York teams, and then I really like the Falcons and the Panthers just because those two teams are so desperate for a quarterback that I don't know what they'd be willing to do. I think it's that point of the season, or obviously that point in the draft, we're a month away, where you start looking at things a little bit differently, and it's getting real where if you're one of those teams that you don't have a quarterback, at the end of the day, you need a quarterback. Maybe they stick there and say, maybe Willis falls to us, or maybe we roll the dice on another quarterback, but it would be pretty, I mean, they could make it happen. I want to say it'd be easy, but they could make it happen. If they come up, then we will make it. You know, we're gathering players right now. We are in the player acquisition stage. That's what Brad Holmes has been saying. So we'll take players, picks. We'll take anything. Keep moving back and just gather up as many players and picks as we can in this deep, deep draft. So hopefully we can pull off a trade. Hopefully somebody wants to come up and get it. It would be the best case scenario for us in this draft, and hopefully the Detroit Lions can pull it off. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. We're going to have videos all the way up through the draft and into into training camp, into the summer, into training camp. So make sure you subscribe. That just means you'll get notified on our latest videos, and we'll see you on the next one.